Good evening everybody and welcome back to F1 here on FTRL. It is round 8 of season 18 and we're here bathed in sunshine at the beautiful car park of a circuit that is Paul Ricard in France. So, here we are then at a circuit steeped in F1 history. Now, well, was confined to more of a role of a test track for a while, which explains of course all these tarmac and painted runoffs, which is a bit of an eyesore sometimes, but still provides lots of great racing, as we found out last time we were here. So, here we are, round 8 of the season, off the back of a brilliant race at Gilles Villeneuve circuit in Canada last time out, where Tico avenged his defeat at Imola by taking victory, despite penalties for those who finished ahead of him, while the world mourned Sway being deprived what would have been a well-deserved and hard-fought victory. But it was not to be. Maybe this week then. We are on board then with TRT Dara, who is filling in for the reigning champ tonight, who has had some PS issues as we go down towards turn 1. And he invalidates straight away. So not the best start. Oh, and then spins as well. That has not gone well. Right, who have we got coming around? Who's about to start that one? The Red Bulls. Who is it? Is it Dutch or is it Westgate? It is Dutch Tricks. We'll go on board with Dutch Tricks then. Instead, he has... Yeah, well, that's fine. So here we go, down the start finish straight. Be a good overtaking opportunity, then into turn 1. Take plenty of curve, not too much. That's what how Dara just found out. Then ride that inside curve through 2. Using all the runoff. And then down to right-hander flickered in curve again on the inside, curve again on the left-hand side. Stay left and tip into the really slow second gear right-hander. Use the curb on exit. Apex is nice, and then use all the runoff. So start to build the speed onto the back straight. The DRS zone activates now. This will be one of the prime overtaking opportunities in the race. Coming into the chicane halfway down the back straight. Pick your braking marker. And then down all the way to 4th gear, ride the curves. Oh, he invalidates as well. Through the chicane then, backs out of his lap. Who have we got just behind him? We've got the other Mercedes. Maybe he's further around. McLaren. Adamaco. So we'll pick up with Adamaco and try and get a lap in with somebody. Out of the chicane then. Into this short straight, then the flat right-hander. Might see a bit of side-by-side action there later on. Let's see how they get on then through the long right-hander. The apex is all the way to the outside before apex again. Second part, Tico goes fastest, then over to this off-camber left-hander. Car wants to push to the outside. Curve comes at you quickly, and it's just flat now through this long sweeping right into the left-hander pit lane exit on the right, or entrance on the right there. Over to the left. Tip into the right hander again, second gear on the power. DRS zone comes at you quick, and across the line goes Adam. And he goes second at 29.8 from the McLaren man. Back in form this week is Sway, and then has done a lap on the medium tyres, and so a few drivers looking to do runs on the alternate strategy here. Sway being one of them. Of course, Sway was the absolute star of the show last week in Canada. Got a great start into the lead of the race. Pulled away from Crims and Shazoo Tom as well. Of course, Shazoo Tom unfortunately picked up wing damage and a drive speeding penalty as he entered the pits. So unfortunately we lost the Alpine man. He was looking particularly strong, but Sway then just drove away from the field. Dutch and Tika had no answer for his speed. And then an ill-timed safety car caught him as he rounded turn 2. Which meant that he then fell into the pack as everybody behind him was able to dive into the pit lane. As that safety car came out, he then had to pit and fell into the pack. Stormed his way back through with a couple of penalties, meant that he didn't stand on the top step. And in fact, he ended up off the podium altogether, which was an absolute crime in itself. So fingers crossed for better luck this week. Then he currently sits P5. Then we've got 5 drivers now with times on the board. Tico sitting fastest of all. Dylan in P2. Adamaco third, then they've all set their times on the soft tyre. 3 lap times on the board on the mediums. Ox in 4th, Sway 5th, and Yogi is 6th. So one change to the personnel lineup since last time. This man here, Yogi, who's been deputising for a couple of weeks. He has stepped into the seat vacated by Funky Fox, who is left to focus on his upcoming exams. So best of luck for those, mate. I hope to see you back for next season. But we've got a very, very fitting and decent replacement for you. He's been a real asset to the series since he joined. So now he's got himself the number 2 role at Mercedes for the rest of the season. Now his normal teammate Lynx is out tonight, having blown his PS4 up. All those hours, 7 days a week racing on F1 clearly was too much for his PS4 and it has gone kaput. And he didn't quite get his repaired one in time. He misses out tonight and his seat has been filled by TRT Dara. And we also have Div 2 admin Oscar filling in for Shazoo Tom tonight as well at Alpine. Who have we got on a lap then? Wesker's on a lap in the Red Bull, but he has invalidated his lap, so he will not be setting a time at this. And we saw him struggle a little bit last week trying to get a lap on the board at Canada as well, so hopefully he'll have a bit more success. Dutch Tricks, meanwhile, has gone the fastest of all. We've done a 29 flat then, so top 3 covered by less than 3/10 of a second. Dutch on a 29 flat, Tico on a 29.1, Dylan on a 29.2. Looking particularly racy. We were here last season, of course, and it was a very exciting, dramatic race. This late rain shower meant it really mixed up the order, and I believe it was Lynx that won this one. I think it may have even been Lynx's first victory at FTRL last time out, so shame he's missing out tonight. I'm trying to repeat that performance. Will the weather play a part in the race again? And we shall see a little bit later on then. Who we've got on lap? Andor is... That was a bad time to join Andy. I am sorry. We'll go watch Jumpy instead. Sorry, Andy. Definitely saw it. Nobody saw anything. It's fine. On board then with... excuse me, Zumpy, who now invalidates his lap. The commentator's curse is striking hard so far. Zumpy has been battling the norovirus for a couple of weeks, so glad to see he's alive and in one piece. Fit and healthy, and back on track as well. He was telling me earlier that obviously he's lost a lot of weight through the norovirus, but has made up for it by eating 3 family-sized pizzas and drinking 12 litres of cola in 12 hours. So fair play, you are a remorseless eating machine now. Good to see you're back fighting fit and on track. So Dara also not doing a lot. What about Tico? Currently provisional P2 on the front row, winner last time. Oh, invalidates there. You can see the drivers are really trying to maximise the amount of curve they can take there, and that's cost Tico another lap. So Adam, he's just started the lap. In the chat we have got Jonesy saying Sway pole position inbound. Well, currently sits P7 now on that lap on the soft tyre, having done his initial run on the mediums. So maybe. Good evening, Jonesy. Good evening, Funky Fox. All thank you for tuning into the chat. Shame you're not on track, but thank you for supporting the stream. Good evening, Unsafe. Everybody's just saying hello to everybody in the chat at the minute. So Adam into sector 2, down the long back straight. DRS is open. Excuse me, I have to take a swig of my tea because it's cold in my house and the heating's not kicked in yet. Oh, and another one invalidates his lap then. Again, just trying to take too much curves there. Driver's getting very greedy with the curves as Graham has gone P4. Go on, Graham. So both Alfa Romeos in the top 4, 3rd and 4th at the minute. Both showing really strong. A lot of drivers able to set lap time still. So let's go pick up TTG Tibos, who ended up with a podium last week after a removal of a penalty. Coming then to the final corner. Of course, that late safety car was just bunched everybody up, really hurt the drivers who had penalties. And that, I think, was something about 8th or 9th on the road. That run puts him 3rd though, so he splits the... no, he goes ahead of both of the Alfa Romeos, in fact. So 29.2 for him. Slots in between Tico and Dylan. Really good run there from the Aston Martin man. We've got a lap. Joe Corbett. Good to see Joe back with us. How is he going to get on with this one? He's got a couple of cars ahead of him. Hopefully they'll get out of his way. They do indeed. See the long left-hander. A lot of curve there. Drivers really having to grab as much curve as they dare. We've seen a number of drivers invalidating as a result. Down the back straight goes the Alpine. Good evening, Zero Tau. As well, thank you for tuning into the chat. Maybe one, my friend. Oh, another one invalidates at the chicane then. So again, the track limits here being very, very picky. Getting on a number of drivers then, as who's just gone that Sway goes 2nd by 1,000th of a second. Just misses out on pole position then, so Sway then has put himself right into contention with that lap. Splits Dutch and Tico, and look at that. 29.050 is pole of 29.051 is P2, so Sway in form, looking strong again. Dan Morris has popped himself into P6 ahead of Tom Duval, who said watch out for him tonight. He fancies himself around here, so the man who got the came up with the podium when the race finished. The steward's inquiry meant he dropped back to P4, but still a sterling effort for him, considering he said he felt he had no pace last week. Come away with a podium. Ox coming to the line and goes fastest of all, a 28.7 from the Aston Martin man. He said he hates this track and he will be dog shit around here. Well, he's just popped himself onto provisional pole. Aston Martin man Ox, and just under 6 minutes to go, and he is now sitting pretty on top of the standings. Sway on his way into the pits. Dan, is he on a lap? No, he's going slowly. Tom is invalidated. Who just moved up the order? Somebody did. It might have been Graham. Yeah, Graham's got himself back up to P6, so jumps his teammate. So Graham showing a turn of speed around here. Slots in that gap between Matt Tibos and Dylan. Oscar's popped himself 11th as he heads to the pits. We've got Yogi on the way around. Who's on a lap? TTR Dara hit again. Funky Chicken just starting a lap. Didn't race last week, of course. Probably still riding on the crest of a wave though after his victory at Imola. How's he going to fare tonight? Funky Chicken around at the bottom corner. This is his first lap, so he won't have any split points. Just got to hope he doesn't invalidate then. Less than 5 minutes to go now. And your running order as follows. Ox on pole from Dutch Tricks. Sway's 3rd, Tico is 4th, TT Tibos is 5th, Graham 6th, Dylan 7th, Dan is 8th, Tom Duval 9th, and Adamaka rounds out the top 10. We've got Oscar 12th, Yogi in 13th, Anwar 14th, although that is a particularly pedestrian lap he set, a 51.1. And still to set a lap time, Yaham Dara, Funky Chicken Wesker, and Callboy. So round the double apex right-hander. Nice line there from Funky Chicken. And over to the right hand side for this left-hander off camber. Apex late. Don't need too much curve on exit. Very nice and tidy through there. Hugging that curve on the right hand side. And into the left, looking very, very smooth. Into the final corner he comes then. Get the car rotated, get on the power as soon as you can. DRS zone comes up quickly. And now it's just foot down towards the line. And the Williams man goes into P8 then, a 29.2, another one on a 29.2 then, so we've got TTG Tibos, Zumpy, Graham, Funky Chicken, Dylan, all on 29.2s. The field is super close in that pack there. Zumpy now has got in the middle. Oh, Dylan has retired from the session. Is that in the pits? He's on track, I think it's in the pit lane, so yeah. Dylan has decided he is not going to improve. What about Tico? Now it's getting grey. I've noticed it's rather misty. Now it was very clear when we started. There's not long left in the session, so coming up to the second checkpoint. He is up, but only 33 thousandths. That will not be enough, so he needs to find some time in the final sector. Track conditions are definitely worsening. It's going to get cooler, and it's starting to spit with rain. So yeah, the drivers, need to be out on track now. If they aren't already. This track is about to off. Sway has called it. Yeah, Sway's retired in the pit lane. Tico then into the final couple of corners. Can he improve on P4? Instead of Dutch Tricks is starting a lap, I believe. No, the Wesker starting a lap. Wesker starting a lap. Does Tico improve? He doesn't. No, he's lost time in the final sector. So the track definitely starting to give. And those drivers down the back then, Yaham, Dara, Wesker, and Callboy might be in a bit of trouble here, because if the track is starting to get a bit slick and a bit slippery, yeah, Tico's decided that's enough for him. Yeah, it's raining quite hard now, so I don't think we're going to see any improvements. Yeah, Dutch is retired as well, and so Callboy's going across the line. Not a particularly quick. He's not 2 million miles away, so he's probably just about to get away there, but he put himself up to P15. Yeah, and was retired, so he's not going to improve. Wesker's on a lap, slipping and sliding around. But yeah, Ox has timed that run perfect. Look how wet that track is suddenly. DRS disabled, and yeah, so it's a wet track then, and that will be the end of qualifying, I think. Nobody's likely to improve anymore. So, a very shuffled order. So how's that happen, Ox? Well, it's because you're a super speedy boy. And I did tell you, you'd probably be in the top 3. So there you go. I know you better than you know you, apparently. Thoughts on Oasis? I do like Oasis. I was probably more of a Blur boy in the Britpop era, but I kind of warmed to Oasis later on. They do have some good songs. I do play the guitar. I do not know how to play Wonderwall. I'm sure it's not hard though. But yeah, no, I've grown to like Oasis. Liam is still living the Britpop dream, obviously. There we go. And so Wesker, the only car left. Everybody else has decided, well, they may as well call it now, because there's going to be no improvements. And Wesker's popped himself up. Look, he's up to P16. Am I getting that lap on the board? So off the back row of the grid then. So the running order then, qualifying after rain falls late on in the session, is Oxox on pole from Dutch. Sway, Tico, Matt Tibos, Sumpy, Graham, Funky Chicken, Dylan and Dan are your top 10. Let's retires then, and that is session done. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Peanut butter jelly time. Sometimes you've got to roll with it. Yeah, absolutely, Matt. Absolutely. Some might say you just got to roll with it. I love a good shit pun, so please do keep the shit puns coming in the chat. Qualifying done. And hopefully this week it shows me the grid, as I didn't even see the finishing results last week. No, I don't think it's going to show me. Is it going to show it? Might show me the results. Apparently I'm not allowed to see the results anymore. I don't know what's going on with this game. Do not know what is going on with this game, but it's not showing me. It didn't show me the end of qualifying. It didn't show me the results last week either, so just have to keep an eye on that. But as with qualifying, the race session, at least, is bathed in sunshine. So let's see what the race itself will bring. Unsafe straight in with his podium prediction of Bilbo Baggins for the win. Samwise Gamgee second and Legolas for P3. It's a good call, my friend. It's a good call. Got something prepped for Thursday, don't you worry. Don't you worry. I've also given Aaron some absolutely outstanding content for his new Elgato setup that he's got involving your little a couple of little snippets of you from Thursday. So I do apologise for turning you into the meme. So then, here we go then. As the cars head off on their warm-up lap. We've got 27 laps ahead of us. Look at the tyre detail. There we go. And Oxox then takes pole position. And they've been saying all season he's probably the fastest man, especially in race conditions. And well, today he was fastest in qualifying as well. So what can he do from the point on the grid? Can he run away into the distance? Dutch Tricks joins him on the front row. A rejuvenated Dutch Tricks this season. Looking a lot more like the four-time champ we know and the other drivers fear. He joins him on the front row in the Red Bull. Of course, all the top 10 on those soft tyres they qualified on, despite the wet end. Sway continuing his good form from last week, again on the second row of the grid from P3. Can this be his week? I'm praying and I'm hoping that this man is going to be somewhere towards the sharp end of this grid come the end of the race. He is joined on row 2 by the championship leader, Tico. Looking dangerous once again from P4. Tibos starts P5. Good qualifying from the Aston Martin man. Both Astons in the top 5, looking for some big points for the constructors. And Zumpy back with a bang. P6 for him. He goes off the third row. Graham, excellent qualifying from the Alfa Romeo man. He starts P7 alongside Imola winner Funky Chicken in the Williams. And it's mirrored behind on the row. We've got the second Alfa of Dylan in P9 and the second Williams of Dan in P10. They round out the top 10, all starting on those soft tyres from qualifying. Free tyre choice for the rest of the grid starts with Tom Duval in P11. Usually somebody who starts on the soft tyre, but he's starting on the mediums this time. Yogi joins him on the 6th row in the second Mercedes. Oh, one of the Alfa Romeo's a spun. He's on the soft tyre, going aggressive. Adamako starts P13 in the Sol McLaren. He's on the medium tyres. Oscar is 14th in the lead Alpine on the mediums, as is his teammate directly behind him, Corboy. And then 16th we've got Wesk on the mediums. Andoir starts 17th, he's on the medium tyre as well. His teammate alongside him on row 9. Yarham's on the hard tyre. Only driver to go for the hards. No, it's worked out for the last couple of weeks. See how he gets on, and bringing up the rear, TRT Dara filling in for the reigning champ, and he's got it all to do from P19. So the grid has formed up, and we wait for the red lights. Didn't see which one of the Alfa Romeos has spun around. They've got away with that one. On Barrison later, we've got 5 red lights. The revs go up, and the French Grand Prix is go. It looks like a good start from Dutch. I don't know if that was the best start from Oxox. They're going to be side by side on the run out to turn 1, and Dutch is going to swing around the outside as he does into the lead off the track, doing the squeeze. Here comes Tico. Good stuff from Zumpy. He's got ahead of Matt Tibos in the background. Oh, Tom Deval's got around. Further back, Oxox attacking Dutch. They're side by side still as they come down to the bottom corner. Still side by side. Dutch giving the squeeze on the curb. Bit of a wobble from the Aston. And that sees Dutch into the lead finally. Oh, a bit twitch again from Aston Martin. He's had a really good run. Oh, sweeps to the left hand side. He's got such a run coming out of the corner. They're side by side again. Tico and Sway looking for a way through. They go side by side as well. Oxox has got the inside for the chicane. Dutch does not yield. Neither does Oxox. There's contact. I think Dutch has got across the curbs, but comes out in the lead of the race still. Hard racing early on here. Here comes Zumpy on Sway. And TTG Tirbos as well. He's now up the inside. And back into P5 he goes. Oh, Zumpy's forced wide. Oh, TTG Tirbos, huge slide. Saves it, just stays out of the wall, down to P10 though. Big moment on the opening lap. Brilliant save though. Absolutely outstanding save. Who's moving down the order there? Dara's up 3 already, as is Andoir. Up 4 is Corboy. Corboy's had a great start then. But up front it is Dutch Tricks who leads. And after that epic opening lap battle, look at this train as they come into the final corner. And he will lead us across the line for the first time. We're already starting to snake down the straight and trying to break the slipstream. And we're out to turn 1. And further back, the Alfa Romeos are side by side. Graham and Dylan. And Dylan down the inside into 1 and up into P6. Good start for him. He's up 3. Here's the big loser so far. TG Tibbs had that slides down 4. And obviously Tom Deval, who was caught at the back of the pack though. So all is not lost for the Alpha Tauri man. Oh, Dylan's wide. Graham goes back through. And also Dan Morris sneaks through as well. Ooh, and Aston Martin obviously to the back of him. Now he's up the inside. Dylan's... Oh, what's going on there? A bit of lag. Let's go on the leaders as they come into the chicane for the second time. A little bit neater and tighter. This time the top 5 have made a bit of a break here then. Oh, what's happened further back? I think Dylan's possibly lagged out. Oh, fucking chicken. Who's had an off somewhere. That was the yellow flag. And he's got a 10-second penalty for drag limits. That's a harsh penalty. Right, do bear with me. So I don't know if Dylan's got another... invite or not, because he was in here when I got in here, because I forgot to do the download because I'm a div. So we'll give him another invite. Hopefully he can get back into his car quickly. It's a shame, he's going really well as well. So across the line then for lap 2 onto lap 3 we go, and this is the lap that DRS is enabled. Well, it's the end of lap 3, isn't it? No, I tell a lie. It is this lap. So on the back straight, expect to see some over. Oh, Zumpy's had a moment in the background. And he's well off. He has a big spin for Zumpy. Ah, such a shame. He's having a really good run as well. Zumpy all the way down to P18. Oh, his race is just... Oh, that's so unfortunate for him. That big slide out that first chicane. Which then leads onto the back straight. Again, trying to break the slipstream, but the DRS is now active. So Hoxox is going to be coming at him rapidly. Just a little bit further back, but still very much in touch. The top 4 now, 2.2 seconds clear of Graham, was up in P5. Dutch defends into the chicane, goes a little bit deep. It's going to compromise his exit. Oxox is looking particularly racy again. Tico very much in this battle as well, but watching for the moment. Further back, Dan and Graham nose to tail as they come out of the chicane. Dan to the inside for the fast right-hander. Up ahead, and through he goes. Oxox trying to go around the outside of Dutch Tricks. He's going to switch back for the inside. Dutch goes a little wide. Oh, again they nearly touch. Fantastic side-by-side driving. Oxox all the way around the outside. He's now got the inside for the long right-hander. Still side-by-side. He'll then be on the outside for the penultimate corner. That'll give Dutch the lead. Oxox trying to switch back again. Trying to get on the inside out the final corner. Absolutely brilliant action from these two. Again side by side. DRS again active and into the slipstream goes Oxox. This should be a fairly routine overtake. Yeah, down the outside with the DRS and into the lead goes Oxox. Brilliant driving from those two. What a battle. Here comes TK now right on the back of Dutch Tricks. Trying to go on the outside. They'll run down towards turn 3. Dutch has hold the position for now. Of course, these two came together last week as Tika defended into turn 2, squeezed Dutch onto the grass. Cost Dutch several positions. So Dutch will not be looking to give his friend any favours. Anyone further back, Dan Morris just at the fastest lap of the race. So he's trying to close down. Look at that train behind him. Top 4 breaking away. Here comes Tico to the inside and takes P2 away down the back straight then. Good move. So Dutch then shuffle back from the lead of the race to P3 in just half a lap. Oh, here comes Sway up the inside. Sway down the inside to the long right-hander. Through he goes. Dutch still got to hang on around the outside. Sway gives him nothing. Yeah, sticks Sway backed out of that one there. He's on the narrow line. Just compromised him slightly. As they get back to Dan, who's still leading the charge. Graham still behind him. TG Tibos has recovered to P7. Corboy's up to 8th. Joe Corboy's having an absolutely outstanding run so far. Started 15th, now P8. Yogi's up to 9th. Adamako into the top 10. Big loser so far. Of course, we saw Dylan seems to have lagged out, unfortunately. Is he back in his car? I think he's back in his car now. It's good to see. Hopefully the race will come back to him. Top 4 across the line. The gap back to Dan is 2.6 seconds, so holding about the same. Into the pits has gone Zumpy. He's deciding to do something different strategy-wise. Unlucky, mate, unlucky. What happened to Funky Chicken? I'm not quite sure. I think he's spanned possibly coming onto the back straight, mate. Yeah, a couple of drivers will be hoping for a safety car. Zumpy pits for the medium tyres. Back straight we go. Here comes Tika closing in on Oxox down the back straight. Not going to be close enough for a move into the chicane though. Oxox very firmly shuts the door as they tip into the left-hander. And has a really good exit out of the second part of the chicane as well. Top 4 now. 3 seconds ahead of Dan Morris. Dan, despite taking that fastest lap a couple of laps ago, not being able to hold the pace. Look at this train. We've got Dan, Graham, TTG Tibos, Corboy, Yogi, Adamako, Anwar, Oscar, Dara. All in a line, so that's P5 all the way down to P13 in a train. Tom Deval pushing hard, bringing Yarhan with him, trying to get back on terms with this train. What a battle this is. Very good, clean racing so far from everybody. That's not what I'm missing, is it? Okay, not close enough though. He looked close coming out of the final corner, but slipped back a little bit. Anybody in this train fancy a move? I think everybody's got DRS, so anyone that's really vulnerable here is Dan. Oh, I say that. Oscar has been passed by Dara. So Dara getting a really good purchase out of the final corner. And the slingshots down the outside, yellow flag. That might be Zumpy further back, unfortunately. I think he's had a bit of a moment at the left-hander. Pushing hard to try and get back on terms. It's such a shame. He span out earlier on in that battle for the lead. Let's train then onto the back straight. Meanwhile, Tico is close this time. Oxox defends the inside aggressively. I think Tico will just swoop around the outside. He does. Oxox drops right back in behind him though. TG Tibos has just gone past Graham as well. What's going on back here? No, it was just that one move. Good move there. Matt Tibos recovering up to P6 after that huge moment at this right-hander we're coming up to on the opening lap. Nearly saw him in the wall. Did really well to save it. Here we go into this double right hand. Look at this queue of cars now. Adamako looking up the inside of Corboy. Yogi's trying to pick up the pieces as well because he's on those soft tyres, so got a bit of a tyre advantage at the moment. Dara and Oscar still battling hard as well. Oh, and Adamako has picked up a penalty then. Into the pits comes Yogi. So Yogi's the first one to blink. Oh no, that's interesting because he was on those fresh soft tyres. He didn't... he had the free tyre choice. So interesting that he's pitting early. Oh, Funky Chicken's gone. Oh no. What's happened to Funky Chicken? Is he retired in the pit lane? Yeah, it looks like he's retired in pit lane, unfortunately. Oh, it's such a shame. So, unfortunately, no recovery drive for a victory this week for him. Very sensibly retiring in the pit lane. That is very much appreciated, mate. Thank you. Top four. Still line astern. Just a little bit of a gap between everybody. So I don't think there's going to be any move into the chicane this time. Everybody's settling down. Meanwhile, who we got to go? What's going on back here? Graham and Adamako side by side. Adamako down the inside. Meanwhile, TG Tibos also gets the move done on Dan for P5, so he now heads this train. Adamako also just picking his way through nicely. Yellow flag further back. It is... Oh no, who was that? I think that's just... Funky Chicken's car's come back onto track, so... Nothing untoward there. Back with the leaders. Tico still leads. Oxox still second. Dutch still third. Sway still fourth. Gap now 4.7 back to P5 though, so... Those guys... Very much of Corboy's gone... Into the pits comes Sway from P4, so he's blinked in the background. Somebody else flashing into the pits. Couple of... Oh, somebody's in the background, spinning around. It's Oscar. Oscar spun around. Was there contact there? Because I saw somebody going wide. Was it Dara? Those two are close together. Oh, and Wesker's retired from the session as well, unfortunately, so Wesker's gone. Another one's retired in pit lane. Here comes Adam and Dan. Wheel to wheel. Board with Adamako into the bottom corner. Dan fighting for his life around the outside. Adam's got the inside though for the right-hander. And gets the move done to the back straight. And was right in this battle as well now. And now Adam attacking TTG Tibos, who's got no DRS. Through he goes. Dan's going to follow him through, so TTG Tibos going to go back 2 places there. It's like an F2 race, it's more like an F3 race this one actually, isn't it? Yarham's now Yarham on those hard tyres in a very strong position here. 3 wide on the back straight. Oh dear, that's Dara trying to squeeze over. He's got 2 hazards on the outside. Yarham's going to be the one to back out of it, and while trying to go around the outside still. Sensible driving from Yarham, that well done. There's Dara and Anwar go wheel to wheel. Andy hanging on around the outside, gives him the inside for the next corner. Great driving from Anwar, he's up to P8. Pits, race leaders, all 3 of them in. What about Dan and TG Tibos? They've carried on, I think. So Adamako will lead this race. That's a very handy gap there. He's managed to pull out the final corner. Does Dan have DRS? He does, so he's not broken the DRS. Here comes Joe Corboy on TG Tibos. Up to P3. Good move from Corboy. TG Tibos, who was at the head of this train not too long ago, shuffled back to 4th now. Now he's got Andwar, who's looking very racy all over the back of him as well. And we've got Dara Yarham. Tom Deval's now caught this train as well. Yogi meanwhile sets the fastest lap of the race. So the early pit stop has jumped him ahead of Graham, who's now on the hards. Dylan also into the pits. And here comes Zumpy. So those two are now together on track, and Oscar into the pits as well. I think shame for him. He's had a really good battle in that massive train. Scoreboy then takes P2 from Dan, and Andwar's taken P4 from Matt Tibos. A little bit wide over the curbs there. That's going to compromise his run. Tibos had a really good punch out that corner. Pops to the inside. Gives him the room. Dara trying to go around the outside of TG Tibos. It's the two different esports team, TRT versus TTG, and it is TRT who's going to come out on top around the outside. That's a really good move. But TG Tibos not done. Oh, here comes Yarham. Oh, Oh, touch a bit of a wibble. A wibble, a wobble. Oh, who's that going slowly? Dan's been off somewhere. I think he's belling up into the pits. He is. He's following TG Tibbs in. No, he's got a puncher. Dan's got a puncher. That's why he's wide. So yeah, those soft tyres not lasting long. Dan there losing a couple of places. Thankfully, he was right at the pit, or right near the pit entrance. So it could have been a lot worse. But all that shuffle has left Adamako leading the race by 1.3 seconds over Joe Corboy. CRT Dara's third, Anwar's fourth, Tom Duval's fifth, Yarham sixth. So they've got a 4-car train here. The top two have kind of just broken away a little bit. Left with these 4 cars battling. Oh, yellow flag. Who is that? That looks like one of the Alfa Romeos. Or was it the Aston Martin? Oh, it's Aston Martin. TG Tibbs has gone around. No. So Matt's had a bit of a drama there at the first chicane. Now what's happened here? Because the gaps between the leaders have really spread out. And Tico now 1.8 seconds ahead of Oxox. Dutch has got back within that DRS range. Sway still on the back of Dutch, so despite going early now, Sway interestingly is on the hard tyre. The others are all on the mediums, so that's going to be interesting to see who else has gone for hards. Who's gone for what in the pit stops? Tico's gone for the medium, as has Oxox, as has Dutch. Sway on the hards. He's gone different. Yogi's picked for the mediums, Dan is on the hards, Graham and Dylan both on the hards as well. Zumpy's on the mediums, TG Tibbs on the mediums, and Oscar's on the hards. So the guys who've pitted so far. Tom Duval and Dara going side by side out the final corner. Dara holds on. Here comes Yarham. They've all got DRS though. Yarham thinks about a move to the inside. Tom thinks better of it. Backs out again. Really sensible driving that. Fastest lap of the race to Tico. Quickly taken away though by Dutch Tricks. 32.351. Funky Chicken's pedals broke, so that's a shame. To be fair, mate, I'm having pedal issues of my own, so I can fully appreciate it's not a lot of fun. Oh, Dara's wide. As they come onto the back straight, it's going to compromise his run. That might leave him vulnerable to Tom Duval. Let's go on board. Actually, he's not had a bad run. The DRS, I think, is going to save him there. Burning a bit of ERS as well, closes right in on Andwar under braking. And Oxox has got a track limits warning. First penalty on the board for him. He's now slipped. Oh, what's happened to Oxox? Oxox has had a drama, so Way slipped behind Yogi and he's out of that battle. He's going back past Yogi meanwhile, so Oxox has had a drama somewhere. So Tico looking in a very strong position at the moment. Now 2.7 seconds ahead of Dutch Tricks as Adamako pits from the race lead. So race leader is in. Now we'll see Joe in the background. That was Tom Duval having a twitch. Oh, it was Dara having a twitch actually. And drops him to the back of this pack. So John and Tom Duval go through. Corboy now leads the race. Adam Moore is second, Tom Duval third, Yarn fourth. So this 4-car battle is now for the lead. Sorry, Dara's fifth. Sorry, Joe still leads. He's 1.7 seconds ahead. Oh, he's just picked up a penalty though. A few penalties just starting to creep in. And Adamako has got out just in front of Oxox. So whatever happened to Oxox? It's dropped him behind Adamako, who was in that big train. But Oxox has lost quite a bit of time at the moment somewhere. Further up, Tom Duval goes past Andwar into the braking zone on the back straight. Andwar there goes right under the rear wing as they come out of the chicane. There is your race leader, 1.7 seconds ahead of these 4. There in the background is Tico, and the first of the drivers to pit. Oxox goes past Adamako down the back straight into the chicane. DRS assisted overtake done. Adam's now on the hard tyre, so he can technically go to the end, I think. Yellow flag, sector 2, who or what was that? Oh, I think it's Yogi. Oh, Yogi's had a spin at the chicane, and I think he may have some wing damage. Looks like he's possibly missing a end plate. Yeah, he is indeed. Front right end plate is gone, unfortunately, for the Mercedes man. Into the pits comes Tom Duval. The Hazes are switching places. Jarham going through, and Duval lets his teammate go. Sensible driving from those two. That's good teamwork between those two. And of course, on those hard tyres, when will he choose to pit? Will he go long and go for the softs at the end, or will he go a bit earlier, go into the mediums, which seem to be the better tyre? We are pretty much at half race distance. I'll pitch Yogi into the pits as well. Such a shame for the Mercedes man. He showed me a picture of his rig setup, and he has the skin on his setup, which looks very, very impressive. Indeed, I can see Oxlock spin. It's not a rare sight. Let's go check in on what's going on. Tico's lead over Dutch is now 3 seconds. Sway still just outside of a second of Dutch Trick, so he's dropped out of DRS range. Can he get back into that magical 1 second bracket? So far, so good. A couple of incidents, a couple of spins, but we've got 2 retirements in the pits. Otherwise, very, very clean action tonight. Great job from Div 1 boys. I'm now trying to chase down our race leader, who carries on. There he goes again. And we've got 3 cars giving chase. Tico closing in on these 3 though, so that 3-car battle is about to become a 4-car battle. Very quickly have a flying Ferrari to contend with. There is Tico. There is Dutch Tricks in the background, and Sway coming with him as well. Jarham's picked up a penalty now. Cox and Adamako running close together. Cox towing Adamako along. Adam will try and stay in DRS as long as he can do. It's on the hard tyre. Oxox on the medium, so he will be a bit quicker. But can those medium tyres get to the end, or are they looking at 2 stoppers for a number of those drivers who pitted early? Tico then going past Dara, so he's got within that second bracket. Fresh tyres there. That was a fairly easy overtake with the DRS into the braking zone. Tico back into the top 4. Now he's got the 2 Hazes in front of him. But shout out to Joe Corboy. Continues to lead this one. Just about 2 seconds the gap now. So that's gone up slightly. So Joe doing a really good job here. Come from 15th on the grid. Leading this race on lap 14. We are now into the second half of this one. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Jonesy. It is looking like those on the hard tyres might be in the good position here if the race stays green. Now, we've not had any safety car or virtual safety car yet, so it's the good thing about Paul Ricard, wrong French circuit, being so open, is that you can have spins and you're not necessarily going to end up in a wall. Tico taking the fastest lap and going to go around the outside of Anwar, who knows that's not his battle at this stage of the race, so lets the Ferrari through. He'll now try and tuck it behind him. Tico now sets about trying to chase down his teammate. And everybody just kind of spreading out the middle. Dylan's recovered to P11. He's got Dan just behind him. Zumpy and Graham are side by side. Zumpy's going to go for a move down the inside into the first corner. Through he goes. Good move from Zumpy. Into P13. What could have been for him? Could have been in that battle for what will be the race lead. The question is, are those tyres going to get to the end? On that 15 of 27. How long will those mediums last? Bit of a twitch there from the Ferrari. Using all the track and a little bit of the blue rod off as well, trying to keep the speed up as Tico goes up to P2. Oxox has broken the DRS to Adamako. So again, the medium tyres holding on magnificently at the minute. So Tico then has booked P2, and look how quickly he caught Corboy. I think Corboy maybe had a moment somewhere, or maybe his tyres have just passed their best. In fact, he's going into the pits. So Corboy pits at the end of lap 15 from the lead, and Tico will take back over as your race leader. Jarham going with him though, so Jarham now going to be pulled on. He's now pulled out of Andy's DRS. So Jarham in a very strong position as well. I feel might need a safety car, and of course he's kind of looked in the last 2 weeks. He looked in at Imola with a late safety car. Propelled him into contention, and then the same thing happened last week as well. But you've got to be in it. He's driving really well. Hanging on to the back of Tico. Question is, does he pit now? Zumpi's pitting again, so having got up into the top 12, pits again. Adamaka picks up a second penalty, and I've just noticed that Oxox has dropped down the order again. He's down to P13 and hasn't pitted for fresh tyres, so Oxox has had another drama somewhere. Now chasing down Graham, but the Aston Martin boys, who were running first and fifth after qualifying, now find themselves in 13th and 14th. Oxox going past Graham down the back straight. Staying with the leaders at the moment. They're pulling away now. Dara closing back in on Anwar, and Dutch Tricks is closing in as well. Now Sway has just dropped away a little bit. Not quite able to hang with the pace of those medium shod cars ahead of him. But the question mark remains over the longevity of those medium tyres. We saw Dan's tyres lasted only like 7 or 8 laps on the softs. How far will the mediums go? Anybody's guess. Joe Colby got onto the soft tyre, interestingly. Now, we did see 10 laps from a couple of the drivers earlier. Now, bear in mind, of course, the car's a lot lighter now, a lot of fuel burned off. So Joe Corboy could be going for a very strong result here. You've got Tom Duval 1.2 seconds ahead of him. And then there's Adam another 2 seconds up the road. So, top 7 definitely on for Joe. See what we can do. Is anybody else going to fancy the chances now? Maybe Yarham will soon pit here. Maybe Anwar as well. Yarham has just slipped out of DRS range. Meanwhile, Dutch Tricks on Dara for P4. Down the inside. Dara's going to try and fight around the outside, but Dutch has just got lots more grip into the braking zone, and that is move done. Dara knows when he's beat. Callboy closing in on Tom Duval. And Dan tucked in behind them. And Oxox, what has been happening with the Aston Martin man? His teammate is just going past Graham as well. Tibos through and up into P13. Not where the Aston Martin boys wanted to be. It's the Ox's race after battling so hard with Tico and Dutch in the opening stages. It's strange to see him dropping down the order. Joe Corboy goes past Tom Duval into the long right hander, then up to P8 goes the Alpine. Into the pits comes Yarham from P2. He's now pitted. Now, is he going to go into the soft tyre or is he going onto the mediums? I'd imagine it'll be the soft tyre for him. And surprisingly, Anwar is still going, despite being on the medium tyre. Yarham started on the hards. What tyre is Yarham going? Soft tyre onto the Has. And away he goes. So he's brought himself into contention. It's a long pit lane here though, but thankfully the Has is quite a long way down. Joe Corboy, fastest lap of the race. There goes Yarham, and he's out in P11. He's got Dan Dillon, Tom Duval, all right ahead of him. So Yarham has got places here to be made up. Dara battling Tico is your race leader though, and 5 seconds to the good. The Ferrari man has been absolutely supreme since the pit stop. Got into the lead of the race after that great battle early on with Oxox, with Dutch, with Sway just sitting on the back watching. But since the pit stops, Tico has just driven away from his rivals. Dutch now 5 seconds in arrears. Anwar is still third. He's got Dara for company though. These two probably due to pit any time now. I'm starting to see the guys who ran long pit for their soft tyres. They risk a penalty, or a puncture, sorry. Yarham going past Dillon, so Yarham's now on the move. Into the top 10 he goes. Goes past Dan as well. Yarham absolutely flying. So 2 places in a couple of corners for the Hasman. Into P9 he goes. Tom Duval now second up the road. Into the pits comes Anwar and Dara. So 3rd and 4th place are in. So they will go through back onto the podium. Now imagine that Anwar and Dara will come out around about where Yarham did, so probably just behind Dillon. Corboy into the top 5, going for a move on Adamaka into turn 1. Oh, it's a bit of a rub, but it's a good move, and Joe Corboy into the top 4. Corboy's having an absolutely outstanding drive. Great job, Joe. Don't think anybody predicted that from P15. 8 seconds to Sway. Can he make that time up? He's on the soft tyre. Sway's on old or mediumly worn hard tyres now. And if those two up front who are on the mediums need to pit again, could be big things coming Joe Corboy's way. Let's see how this one pans out. Tom Duval there behind him. There is Jarham. He's flying as well now. Where did they come out? Andwell's come out P12, just behind Matt Tibos. Dara's come out a bit further back. Now what's happened to Dara? I wonder if he's had to change a wing. He's dropped somewhere. He came in right behind Andwell. Those two were battling really hard. I wonder if he got some wing damage somewhere. Possibly on the way into the pits. They were very, very close together. And he's dropped now about 7 seconds behind Andy, who is now on the back of the two Aston Martins on their medium tyres. Tico pits. Race leader is in. So he couldn't get to the end. Ferrari is in. So we imagine now the Dutch is going to have to pit. Well, now we've got a battle. Sway up to P2 is suddenly looking very, very strong. Corbo's going to come through. Where is Tico going to come out? Here we go, that train of cars. Here comes Jarham. He's going to come out just in front of the Haas. So Tico in P6. He's got Tom Duval right ahead of him. Adamaco both on hard tyres. They should be easy pickings. Then Corboy on the soft tyres. He's motoring. He'll be a difficult prospect because he's on similar age tyres. He's got 4 laps on his tyres. Going on back here. I see Andwell attacking the Aston Martins. Around the bottom corners. You see how much more grip, and he's got so much more grip, so just better line into the DRS zone, and that will be a fairly easy overtake for Andy. Up to P11 he goes. Next target is Ox. Dan and Dylan change places to the chicane as well. They're on very similar age tyres. They've gone for the hards. Tico meanwhile already making moves. Up to P5 he goes. Passes Tom Duval for P5. Adamaco his next target. And Corboy's just ahead of them as well. And it's 6 seconds up the road to Sway. We're on like 20 of 27. Dutch Tricks has carried on. Is Dutch going to try and get to the end? Surely if Tico had to pit, Dutch is going to have to pit as well. They pitted on the same lap. Sway second, Tico up to 4th. He's already passed Adamaco out the final corner. He's got the DRS as well. They've both got DRS. Adamaco into the slipstream. Which side is he going to go? He's going to go for the inside. Not got the grip. Tico just later on the brakes there on those soft tyres. Through he goes. Look at a run he's had through the first corner. Drops Adam and straight onto the back of the Alpine. He's just got more grip. And Joe holding onto a podium at the minute, but you feel it's just a matter of time before Tico takes it away from him. Yeah, Jonesy's saying what we're all thinking. I'm not going to say it, I don't want to jinx it. Tico then out of the left hand onto the back straight. DRS opens, and that is an easy move, and on to the podium he goes again. This is his next target, Sway, who is 7 seconds behind Dutch Tricks now. You feel that maybe Dutch has left it too long if he wanted to pit. It's Dan and Dylan changing places again. Alarm's now P7. Pulling away, Dan Dylan. We've got Andwell who's now cleared Ox, but bringing Ox with him, and the other Aston Martin as well. So, but if they got a pit as well. What does Dutch Tricks do? Dutch is carrying on again. Andwell down the inside of Dylan. Dylan's going to sweep around the outside though. Got the grip. And it retains the place for now, but Andwell looking really racy. Ox picks up another penalty for track limits. Andwell's gone for a brave move. He's going to go around the outside of the final corner, is he? Look at how much more grip he's got. What a move from Andwell. Through he goes. Oxox's going to try and take advantage as well. I think that Dylan was slowed up there, and Oxox has got the slipstream from Andrew as well. He might go for a double move here if he's feeling particularly racy. Thinks better of it, just goes for the 1, and up to P10 he goes, but Andwell up to 9th, and now onto the back of Dan. Yaha meanwhile on the back of Tom Duval and Adamaco. Both those drivers on the hard tyres. Yaha could feasibly come out of this in P5. Tom Duval hasn't got a penalty though. Now, he did say watch for him. Let's have a look at the penalty situation, shall we? 3 seconds for Corboy. Ooh. Tom Duval and Johan shifting over. It's just 3 for Johan, so Corboy's got 3, Adam's got 6, Johan's got 3, Andor's got 6, Dan's got 6, Oxox has got 6, Dylan's got 3, Dara's got 9, and Oscar's got 3. That is your penalty situation. Tico closing in on Sway. The gap's down to 3 seconds. On 22 of 27. Johan cleared Tom, then onto the back of Adamako now. Now these guys are equal on penalties. 3 seconds apiece. No, sorry, Adam's got 6. So Johan will go ahead of Adamako. He needs to pull away from Tom Duval, though, who's currently got no penalties. Corboy not far up the road either. So Johan's looking very quick at the minute. Not out of the question. He could perhaps catch the Alpine before the end of this one. DRS is open, but he's not going to get there. Not this time anyway. Stays P6 for now. There's a bit of a battle going on back here. Andwar now at the head of this train. He's got Dan Oxox, Dylan, and that Tibos in it. Now, Dan and Oxox have got a bit of history. I'm going back to Imola. How are they going to fare with each other this time? Dara with another penalty. I think I'll pass Graham. There's 12 seconds now for the Mercedes man. Dan does have DRS from the back of Andwar, so that'll help him stave off Ox's advances for now. Dutch continues to lead this one though, but Ari's tyre's going to get to the end. He's banking on it now. I think he's definitely banked it. Graham and Dara again changing places. Despite Dara being on those fresh soft tyres, Graham really holding his own here, but Dara's had a really good run out of the chicane. They're going to go to the outside. Graham gives him the outside line. Can Dara sweep around the outside? Does he have the grip? He's going to switch back for the inside. They're going to go side by side through the corner. Dara holds it tight. Graham has to sweep around the outside. He'll have the momentum off the corner though. And the inside for the next one. Oh, his big send from Graham. Oh, big send. Go on, Graham. And gets the move done. Great move from Graham. Great battling between these two. Dara's going to come back at him again though. Again, just so much more grip on those soft tyres. Graham has to leave him room. But they'll have the inside for the final corner. Dara's going to try and switch back though, over the curb. Oh, big twitch, big slide. And now it's side by side down the straight. Who's got the DRS? It's Dara. To the outside. Wheel to wheel again. Into turn 1. Side by side still. Graham hanging on around the outside. Sweeps through again. Great driving from Graham to hang on. As TK meanwhile takes P2 away. Further up then, oh, yellow flag further back. What's that? Who's that? Oh, I think it's Dylan. And comes out a spin. He's spun out of that train, unfortunately. So Sway's resistance is gone. Tico back up to P2, but is he going to catch Dutch Tricks? For the end of the race, it's 8 seconds. I don't think he's going to catch him. So it's a question of, are Dutch's tyres now going to hold up? Can Dutch make it to the end? Yarham closing in. He's got ahead of Adamako now. He's starting to close in on Corboy. Both of these on for what will be their best result of the season. Great driving for these guys. Tom Duval very much in this as well. Let's go back to this battle that's still going on. Graham and Dara still battling. Dara Graham switches sides down the inside. Dara big send to the second part there. Switch to the inside. I think has he got it done? He has. Graham's going to send it again. Through he goes. Dara parks it on the apex. The ball goes flying. And Graham hanging on. This is all over P13. Dara's down the inside. He is. Graham hangs on around the outside. Then again at the final corner. Again, Dara's a bit of a slide coming out of the final corner, but this time he's got the traction and gets the move done. Great battling for those two for a whole lap and a half. But Dara, I think, has finally got that one done. Despite the fact that Graham's going to jump him at the end of the race on penalties. Definitely worth it for Strings of Oxox with another penalty further forward. Still on the back of Dan. Just pushing the track limits to the bottom of the corner there. Oscar with a penalty further back. What is Oscar doing at the minute? Oh, Dara. Graham's got Dara again. It's not over. I thought that was moved done. Through Oxox has got past Dan at the chicane. Yeah, nice and clean. Dan, they're going to try and come back at him. Let's go back at Dre and Dara. They're still side by side. These two, absolutely hammer and tongs. Graham resolutely hanging on. But Dara again's got so much grip out of the chicane. He's down the outside. Into the right-hander. Graham sends him the long way. And then hang on to the swapping places. Graham again holds the inside. Dara again goes for the switch back up the inside. Gets it done. Graham's going to hang on. They will have the inside for the left-hander. Big send again on the brakes. Parks it on the apex. No way through for Dara. There is a bit of a door. The door opens slightly. But Dara can't find a way through. This is great battling over P13. Graham hangs on. Cox and Dan are changing places again. Dan down the inside. Oh, Matt Tibbles is going to get involved now as well. And through goes Matt. Matt sweeps past both of these two in the battle. Great driving again. I want to go see what's going on in this battle. Dara's still ahead. Graham there with him though. It's not over. Meanwhile, what's going on for the Core Boys? Going backwards there. He's lost a couple of places down the back straight. Yarham's now through to 4th. Adam now in P5. Tom Duval going with him. Our Core Boys tyre is just done. I fear they might be done. Oh, Graham's going for it to the chicane again. And he gets done. What a battle. Who says the minor places aren't worth anything? Great battle. Here comes Dara back at Graham. These two just changing places lap after lap, corner after corner. Dara on the outside again. Graham shows him he's going to try and switch back. Is he this time? He's got the inside, has he? No. Graham shuts the door. Again, outside line trying to get for the inside, but Graham this time keeps him at bay. Now Adam and Tom are coming back at Yarham. Oh, Yarham's tyres now cooked as well. Soft tyres just don't seem to last. We're on the final lap of the race. Dutch Trick still leads. Managing those tyres absolutely superbly. Tico took the chance to pit, go for the soft tyres. He's got that gap down to 3 seconds, but I think he's going to run out of time. Yarham meanwhile is closing in on Sway as well. Not going to get DRS though. So your top 3. Dutch just managing the tyres at this stage. He's driven superbly. Tico, despite the bold strategy, he's gone aggressive. Been pushing hard. Adamaka now around the back of Yarham. Yarham now going to the inside, trying to break the slipstream. And we're going to come back at him. Now bear in mind, Adam does have 6 seconds of penalties. Yarham only 3. Yarham shows him to the outside. I think his tyres are done. Yeah, Callboy's just dropped off the back now as well. I think he went just too little too early for the soft tyre. But it's been a great drive from Joe. Can Adam find a way through? Dutch Tricks meanwhile going to cross the line. What a drive from Dutch Tricks. Manages the tyre supremely. Tico comes home P2. Sway gets the podium this time. He deserves. What's going on for P4? It's going to be Yarham, is it? Oh dear me. Tom Duval jumps them both. He had no penalties. Yarham holds on for P5. Adamaka P6. Corbin crosses the line P7. Anwar behind him, but they... Oh no, TG Chibos jumps Anwar on penalties. Dan ends up P10. Oxox is 11th. Dylan P12. Graham is going to prevail in that epic battle with Dara for P13. What a drive between those two. And in fact, he jumps his teammates also. Graham gets P12. Zumpy, what might have been for him, he ends up P15. He jumps Oscar on the final lap. In fact, he jumps Dara as well on penalties. And Yogi, not his day, unfortunately. Early spin. And the lack of a safety car meant he never really got back into contention. Johan gets driver of the day from P18 all the way up to P5. Great job from him. Some brilliant battles all the way down the field in that one, but it is Tico who reigns supreme at Paul Ricard. Dutch Tricks. Sorry, Tico. sorry, Dutch. Dutch ends up victorious. Great job from that Red Bull. Mantico went for the bold two-stop strategy but couldn't make it back in time. He ends up with P2 though. And a great drive from Sway, having missed out on the podium last week. Could have been the right strategy. Mantico just had too much for him, and Dutch managed his tyres supremely for the victory. Right, are you going to show me the classifications this week, game? Please. Great job from them. Tom Duval, P4. He did say, watch out for him. Fair play, mate. I jokingly said you might crash it on lap 1, but no, P4. Great job from Tom Duval for P4. Jan, P5. Great drive from him. Adam as well. Great drive for P6. I'm not going to get to see the thing, am I? Right, somebody might have to send me the final classified results because I don't think I'm going to get to see them. I'm not, no. There we go. So unfortunately, that is all she wrote for this evening. So thank you very much to everybody who has tuned into the stream. Please do make sure you give us a like before you go. That helps us out immensely. And yeah, why not? Why don't we do it all again tomorrow? It is Div 2, round 8 from Paul Ricard tomorrow. Join me at 8 o'clock as we go through. Yet more F1 action. Kind of a little bit Australian there. More F1 action tomorrow from the Div 2 boys. It's always exciting. It's always spectacular. And what happened in Canada last week? It was a victory for Brutus, wasn't it? Yes, Brutus prevailed last week again. As he really cements himself at the top of the standings. No, it wasn't. It was Katamis. Katamis won last week, didn't he? Yeah, Katamis won from Barcelona. Forget my mind, it forgets. But that is the end action for tonight. Of course, F1 Div 2 back tomorrow, and then Thursday and Friday we are back with GT Sport, GT2 on Thursday, GT1 on Friday. And this week we are at the historic Goodwood circuit. So please do join our BTCC seasons. Join Unsafe and co-commentator on Thursday. Might be Sean, might be Paul, might be myself. We shall see. And then on Friday we've got Aaron and another taking us through the action from Goodwood, so do join us 8 o'clock of course as always for that. But once again, thank you very much to the boys in Div 1 for providing great racing action. There were some terrific battles in that one, and we do it all again tomorrow. The calendar meanwhile, where do we head next week? Remember, I should really remember these things. Where is the 18 calendar? 18 calendar next week for Div 1 on Div 2 eventually loads is a very first trip to Saudi Arabia. So the circuits that provided lots of drama in real life back end of last year. Well, let's see what our FTRL boys, Div 1 and Div 2, can do in those very tight and narrow confined walls of the Jeddah circuit. So join us next week for that. But for this evening, thank you very much for joining us as always. It's very much appreciated, and we'll see you again tomorrow for Div 2.